everyone, it's Mark Salerno from Salerno Realty, and I am going to be doing a question and answer series here on YouTube. You guys always ask me questions on social media, whether it's from TikTok or whether it's from Instagram, and I figured the best thing to do is to compile all these questions and answers into one series of videos. And I think we're gonna do a part 1 and part 2 to this, so hope you guys enjoy the answers and I hope you get some good value out of this. As always, please subscribe to the link below, show your support, I really appreciate it. Now let's get into it. Well, I don't think you just explode on Instagram, to be honest with you. I put a lot of hours into building my platform. For the better part now, I think at the end of 2016, I started my business page. And I started trying to find what the niche was. For me, what really brought my Instagram to the next level, there was one post that I had that went viral. Now, I think I had like 3,300 followers at the time, and I had posted a photo of a property that I took with a drone, and it was an elevated look to this house, and it just went off. I remember I went to a listing appointment, and when I got to the listing appointment, I was showing the people on my phone, saying, I have an Instagram following, and again, at the time I had 3,300 followers, and this one post went off for like 4,000 likes, so it was pretty crazy. I never had that kind of traction on a photo, so what I did was I tried to replicate what I did with this on the next house. So I started trying to take that certain angle. I realized that people were digging it, and I just kept putting it out there. It also helps, I have a lot of nice properties too, so typically if you've got a nice property, it's appealing to people, which means they're gonna like it. Once people like it, people want to start following you, so that's how the steamroll happened, but it just doesn't happen overnight. Some people it does, but in this business, being in real estate, you're showing a product really at the end of the day. A lot of other things that I've done on Instagram, which you guys may notice, is I do a lot of live videos, I put my face behind the camera, I'm always talking to people, being positive. So these are ways that can help you grow on Instagram or on TikTok or wherever the case may be. I do think that bidding wars are still active, and there were bidding wars still during COVID and the start of COVID. From that perspective, bidding wars will never stop, because if a property's worth, let's say, $1 million, Jesus, it's cold in my office. Okay. Bidding wars never really stop, even in down markets. And I'm not saying that during COVID it's a down market because we're busier than ever, but typically speaking, let's just use $1 million for example. If a home is worth $1 million and somebody lists it at $899, you're gonna get into a bidding war. It all comes down to what the value of the property is. So I definitely think that there's certain points in the market where it's a little heated and everything is going into multiple offers, or a majority of properties are going into multiple offers, is which we started to see again at the start of 2019, pre-COVID, for about 30 days. But again, to answer your question, bidding days happen at any point. You just want to be very selective in how you do them, because they can flop, and then it's not a good look for the property. Now, if you're asking me on a personal level for myself, it was like getting your hand and putting it over a cheese grater, because I didn't do a deal in 6 months. And to be honest with you, not too many realtors who get into the business who go 6 months without a deal actually survive in the business, because your morale is done. But there are people who come into the business and they hit it right off the hop. It all depends on the person. It was something that I knew for myself. I always wanted to be in real estate, and I was gonna grind it out. I put the hours in, and obviously we're here today 15 years later. For me, getting into real estate, it was a family business. So for myself, I always grew up around real estate. I always wanted to be in real estate, and I was 20 years old when I got into the business. So it was difficult, and you gotta think this was been in 2005, 2006. So social media wasn't a big thing at the time. The big boys were all advertising in magazines, so it was hard to compete from that standpoint. I think people who are getting into the business today, it's a lot easier to succeed. And the reason why I say that is everyone has a phone, everyone has social media, and it's free. So all it takes is for you to get behind a camera, and all of a sudden you can be in front of so many people without spending a dollar. So I think it is easier to get into the business today. When I got into the business, it was a little more difficult. It took me more than 6 months to get my first deal done. Most people would have called it a day and quit and started another job. But for me, I love real estate. Again, growing up in the business, it was very important for me to succeed, and I did whatever it took to get to that level. Where do we get our branded shirts? So we get our branded shirts from Sportira. It's a company out of Montreal. Everything is Canadian made. They do our shirts. They just do everything promo for us, all the way down to our umbrellas. Amazing company, check them out. I don't know if there's a bigger change that's coming because our business is changing every day. Obviously, with all the new technologies that are being implemented in real estate, you can view a house from home, and you've been able to do this for a while, but now there's such interactive 3D tours. Virtual staging has played a big role over the last 2-3 years in real estate. There's always going to be what's the next. And I think the key is to adapting with it. Don't have that mentality that says, well, this works for me, I'm not going to change things up. Had I done that for my business, it probably wouldn't have grown to where it is today. For example, social media is a huge part of my business. It's a huge source of referrals. And really at the end of the day, our listings and our buyers, we're generating buyers and sellers at a very rapid pace through our online presence. That's why we've kind of gone all in with it. Again, when we talk about change in technology. So for example, TikTok has come to the scene, really hard from the end of 2019 into 2020. I'm here making this video at the beginning of June, and I'll tell you, I hopped on that TikTok wagon about, let's call 4 months ago. I have 45,000 followers. Instagram, I'm sitting at about 117, and I've had that platform for better than 4 years. So I saw an opportunity on TikTok. I saw that there really weren't too many realtors on TikTok, and then I put my spin on it. So everybody has to have their own niche. You can't just go out there and start following people. Same thing to do with Instagram. Look at what works for people, but put your edge on it. I think that's very important because for myself, I like to think I'm a very transparent person when it comes to online. What you see in person is what you see when you see me online. And I think that resonates well with people. And I think the big push should be on video. I know people have been talking about this for years, but video is the key to all of the success. Photos can only tell so much. For example, when on Instagram, they make those things to say, Instagram reality, right? With a photo, it only says so much. With a video though, you see me speak. You see my knowledge in the way that I'm speaking to you, and you can see how I show properties. And someone can sit there and say, well, you know what? I like that guy's vibe. I like the way he presents his properties. He's professional. He's knowledgeable. You can't get that from a photo at the end of the day. So my suggestion to you, change in real estate, just be all in on video. Don't be afraid, even if it's a situation where you don't feel comfortable. If you don't do it, you'll never know. If you would have asked me 4 years ago, Mark, do live walkthrough videos, I would have taken me, I probably wouldn't even finish it, to be honest with you, because I wasn't comfortable at that point. Now I can go into a house, a 2,000 square foot house, and bang it out within a half an hour off the cuff. I don't need a script. So as this happens, this is just all repetition. So just go all in online and go all in on yourself. This question came from out of town. And I have to say, COVID did affect us greatly in the first 30 days, let's say it. I'll be honest, we had 20 listings on the market and we had 3 showings on 20 listings. That's absolutely horrible in a 30-day span. But come mid-April, things got hot. But the one thing I'm gonna tell you when it came to COVID, I didn't stay silent. A lot of people were saying, oh, you know what, this is an opportunity where stuff shut down. I'm not gonna work, I'm not gonna post. I did the opposite, I posted. I tried to work obviously within the realm of following COVID protocols, which I still do today, but I didn't stay silent. I showed people the stats. Everyone was saying, oh, COVID, the sky's gonna fall. But I didn't see the stats to support that, for example. So I was letting people know what was selling, what the prices were on them, giving confidence to the market. And I really see that after the first 30 days of COVID, come mid-April, end of April, the market started picking up. And I'll tell you, this last week, for example, we signed 6 listings. And this is from the end of May to the first week of June. So, in a 7-day period. Right now, we're busier than ever. We thank our clients for all the business. But I think a majority of why people are calling us, even more right now is because they're looking at us as a trusted source. They're seeing that we have confidence in the market. They see that we have confidence in our properties and we're selling them. So that's a very big part to this. COVID is real. COVID has obviously affected people across the world and businesses across the world. But again, it's all about what you decide to do with that time. And we went all in again to show people who we are. Questions like this, or not even so questions, more of a statement like this makes me feel amazing. We are so humbled to the amount of people who actually want to work with us. However, we are a boutique brokerage. I only have 5 team members at this brokerage. We're not looking to have 100 people, which we could very easily with the online presence and the amount of people who have come to us like yourself. Again, it's not to say that we don't want to hire you. Just right now, I'm the guy as a broker owner who is in the field. Okay, I'm not someone who sits with a manager cap behind my desk all day just trying to recruit people to make money off of desk fees. That's not my gig. I get my fix out of being at somebody's house, being in the in the trenches. That's what I love. That's what I love about real estate. So I don't want to give that up. I'm not at that point in my career yet. I don't think I ever will be at that point in my career. But again, for everyone who always says they want to join the brokerage, I love you guys. It really means a lot to me that you sit there and you can actually want to be a part of this team. It does mean a lot. I truly don't believe so. The thing about the Toronto real estate market is it's resilient, okay? We have seen some astronomical gains, and a lot of people are sitting there saying that the market is inflated and prices shouldn't be where they are. The thing that people need to realize is Toronto is a global city. It is no longer that small city in Canada. Where's Toronto? Toronto's been put on the map and in a big way over the last 10 years, between the Raptors winning the NBA championship last year and Drizzy Drake just literally making Toronto a focal point of the world. We've got a lot of talent that's come out of Toronto and in Canada in general, and I believe that Canada is a place that people want to live in. When you talk about Canada, you can't have the argument to say that Toronto is not the best city in Canada. So we'll always have, at least from what I see right now, a housing supply issue. There are people moving here every single year, and the demand is a lot greater than the supply. So until they can start building more homes to accommodate this, I think our market is going to be as hot as it's been. We may have a little bit of shake up here and there, up and down, but at the end of it, buying in Toronto and the surrounding areas is a solid investment for anyone.